Greetings world, we are Anonymous. It is with the utmost urgency that we leave this message for you today. The phrase, "We are at a crossroad," was established for this day. The entire world is at multiple crossroads that if you do not heed the call to react, you will be like those that were marrying and given in marriage during the days of Noah. There are 3 calamities coming upon us, and the powerful of this world are going to lengths unimaginable to keep you in the dark. Additionally, you have become programmed to rebel against any message that disrupts the state of mind you have been formed to manifest. The first step in waking from this induced slumber is admitting that you just might be programmed. Then listen to these truths with an open mind. The truth hides in dark places and is why you must shed light on the truth. If you think your church is going to inform you, think again. Your church has become the apostate church spoken of in Revelations. The lukewarm, nor hot, nor cold, and God will spit you out of his mouth. The first of the calamities is the intentional collapse of the United States dollar. For most of anonymous actors, we have felt that religion is corrupt, but the evidence within the book of Revelation reveals that the writers were very well aware of the coming doom. In fact, the entire book was a mystery until recent events in the political systems of the world and within the cosmos itself that it has revealed itself to be accurate to great detail. On September 23rd, Chapter 12 came to life without any doubt, as it spoke of specific constellations and their alignment that has not happened since before the time of Christ. It points to further events coming that will disrupt the planet in the most unimaginable ways, as a large planetary system is headed towards Earth as confirmed by Caltech and NASA. The result of its gravitational proximity to Earth as it passes, it will have effects on the Earth as described throughout the Bible, yet this appears to be falling on deaf ears to the church since they have spent 2,000 years distorting the meaning of the word to imprison those within the religion and create people that believe they have been taught truth, when in fact they unknowingly taught deception based on distorted teaching and mandates by the Roman Catholic Church. This planetary system has been known by the elite powers the world over, and the details of its history and its people that we yield from is stranger than fiction to the common man, because they have been programmed to read and believe that all civilizations before our current one were less advanced. The evidence that this is wholly false is evident in thousands of discoveries over the last 15 years of ancient devices that have technology beyond the scope of anything man possessed today. One example is the movement of massive solid stone blocks in temples in Jerusalem, Lebanon and other locations that were quarried from distant locations. A feat that we cannot attempt even with our best and most advanced technology. In short, our ancestors that lived for 500, 600, and some 900 years are not writing errors on behalf of the less advanced people of our past. We can expect this planetary body to cause the tribulation spoken of in Revelation. Hailstones, earthquakes larger than we can comprehend, land shifts of entire continents and much more. The remnant of those saved as spoken of in the Bible of a limited amount of people is not a misunderstanding of the scriptures. The cosmic calamity is but one of the coming issues. The amount of time we have before disruption is not known, but the season is. We are in the season, and in our lifetime is all but promised. Preparing for this can only happen within. The conscience and the mind speak to our soul, and Anonymous is in sync with humanity. We represent all people across the globe and encourage acting with love with all those you encounter. Now is the time to prepare yourself. The world of perception will die and only truth will remain. The false ideas in our minds will fall away. The false perception of who we are will die. The only thing to remain will be the truth of who you are and who you have been. Scripture says, God judges no one. He has reserved that for the Son. The Son is you, just as Jesus taught, but the Church denies that you can maintain the office of Christ or that you are a son of the Most High. You are made in His image, and His Spirit within you will hold you accountable. You will never let yourself stand next to God holding the crimes you have committed against others, against yourself. Search your soul, because we all fall very short. Forgive yourself, seek forgiveness from all and forgive all their transgressions against you. Ignore politics. It is designed to distract you and make you feel as though you play a role in the process. You don't. The president is picked regardless of what you may think. Anonymous has released proof to this with information obtained about rigging of polls electronically, yet you choose to ignore this and pretend it doesn't take place. Otherwise you would know that your arguing and fighting about politics is designed to mislead you. All politicians work for the people controlling the next aspect of the coming calamities. In the following chapter from Revelation, it speaks of the USA, or Babylon. Our dollar is the image of the beast. The best is the United States and the privately owned Federal Reserve Bank, and the number of the best is the number of man. The number of all men is how much money they have. That number is 666. The word united contains 6 letters. The word states contains 6 letters. The word dollar contains 6 letters. The dollar is written on your hand because it is all you ask for, and it is written on your forehead because it's all you think about. The 7 head are 7 king, or president. The 10 horns are 10 owners of the reserve or 10 political powers, such as the 10 countries that the 10 owners are from, including England, Germany, France, Japan, China, Switzerland, Spain, Italy, Israel and the United States. The following text from Revelation 18 will outlines all of the details of the collapse of the dollar. Notice the ones that are the most disturbed by the events. Notice the merchants, and those that buy and sell. Notice that gold and silver are sold and purchased. How can you buy real money like gold and silver lest there be a false value currency? The United States is the country that you never imagined. It has been on both sides of all wars, so it always wins. All things hidden will be revealed. This is the new revelation as given to Anonymous from powers that cannot be mentioned but soon will be revealed. Pay close attention to the following words. After this I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great authority, and the earth was made bright with his glory. And he called out with a mighty voice, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling place for demons, a haunt for every unclean spirit, a haunt for every unclean bird, a haunt for every unclean and detestable beast. For all nations have drunk the wine of the passion of her sexual immorality, and the kings of the earth have committed immorality with her, and the merchants of the earth have grown rich from the power of her luxurious living. Then I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, lest you take part in her sins, lest you share in her plagues, for her sins are heaped high as heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Pay her back as she herself has paid back others, and repay her double for her deeds and mix a double portion for her in the cup she mixed. As she glorified herself and lived in luxury, so give her a like measure of torment and mourning. Since in her heart she says, I sit as a queen, I am no widow, and mourning I shall never see. For this reason her plagues will come in a single day, death and mourning and famine, and she will be burned up with fire, for mighty is the Lord God who has judged her. And the kings of the earth, who committed sexual immorality and lived in luxury with her, will weep and wail over her when they see the smoke of her burning. 10 They will stand far off, in fear of her torment, and say, Alas! Alas! You great city, you mighty city, Babylon, for in a single hour your judgment has come. And the merchants of the earth weep and mourn for her, since no one buys their cargo anymore. 12 cargo of gold, silver, jewels, pearls, fine linen, purple cloth, silk, scarlet cloth, all kinds of scented wood, all kinds of articles of ivory, all kinds of articles of costly wood, bronze, iron and marble, 13 cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and chariots, and slaves, that is, human souls. The fruit for which your soul longed for has gone from you, and all your delicacies and your splendors are lost to you, never to be found again. The merchants of these wares, who gained wealth from her, will stand far off, in fear of her torment, weeping and mourning aloud, alas, alas, for the great city that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold, with jewels, and with pearls. For in a single hour all this wealth has been laid waste. And all shipmasters and seafaring men, sailors and all whose trade is on the sea, stood far off at Een and cried out as they saw the smoke of her burning, what city was like the great city? And they threw dust on their heads as they wept and mourned, crying out, alas, alas, for the great city where all who had ships at sea grew rich by her wealth. For in a single hour she has been laid waste. Rejoice over her, O heaven, and you saints and apostles and prophets, for God has given judgment for you against her. Then a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, so will Babylon the great city be thrown down with violence, and will be found no more, and the sound of harpists and musicians, of flute players and trumpeters, will be heard in you no more, and a craftsman of any craft will be found in you no more, and the sound of the mill will be heard in you no more, and the light of a lamp will shine in you no more, and the voice of bridegroom and bride will be heard in you no more, for your merchants were the great ones of the earth, and all nations were deceived by your sorcery. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and of all who have been slain on earth. There is more coming, and we will be giving you new information on the third and most disturbing aspects of coming calamities because it yields from the elite powers. It could be stopped, but the appetite of the abominable elite for power will not let them stop their actions. Greed is a sickness that must die, and in the coming days, God will solve greed by destroying the entire global economic system of the world. Anonymous will proceed against all institution hiding evidence of what we speak of. We will release this information to you, and we will march those responsible for these actions to the forefront to be confronted by the citizens of the world. May God have mercy on their souls. Unless your religious teachers are speaking of these things, they are the false prophets spoken of. We are anonymous, we do not forget, and we forgive that do what they do not know, but do not forgive those that do. Expect us soon.